Okay, I'm at Panther Creek Cave on my way out to the main tube. I'm at the part where the ceiling's a bit low because there's a upper level above me. Upper level I've never been in. Hopefully someday I will, but it looks really hard to get to. Anyway, long story short, I'm on my way out. All I got to do is head out the straight main tube, except I haven't done one of the side tubes. So I'm going to do the side tube on the way out. Then I'm going to have myself a little snack and head home. See how long I've been in here. My main reason for this trip today was to see how long it would take me to get through here. So far it's quite impressive. I think I just changed my light the 5th time. I think each light lasts almost an hour. So it's possible I've been in here 5 hours. I think I started about 8 a.m., which could mean it's easily noon. And well, considering I have a lot of walking to do, yeah, it's easily going to be 1 p.m. by the time I get out of here. So here's something interesting about this cave. I've only seen a few other caves like it. Most of the rock in this cave is gray. Some of it's kind of peachy, like you see here. Some of it's red. Anyway, long story short, look at this black stuff. I'm pretty sure this leached into the cave from outside. I don't think it's alive. The water brought it in, but I really don't know what it is. It's like some kind of black sand maybe. But I really don't know the details of exactly how that happened. Interesting. It's very pretty. Notice there's an arrow pointing the way out. I don't approve of vandalism, but in this cave there's a lot of arrows pointing the way out, which this cave is kind of difficult for beginners. So probably helped somebody once. Anyway. Now there's a white arrow pointing the way out. Oops, I got the wrong. I like to leave it on pan follow. All right, here we go. Keep my camera level, unless I deliberately pan down or up. Roll down, however you say that. Pitch, yaw. I'm not a pilot, so I don't really remember those. Yeah, I'm glad I got up early this morning. So I went through the Portland area before rush hour. I have a bad feeling I'm going to be driving home through Portland area during rush hour, though. Sucks to be me. Oh well. Probably have a big dinner on the way home. Stop and get some dinner before I get stuck in traffic. Hopefully I won't. Yeah, we'll see. What's funny, I have some food waiting at home too. I'm not going to wait that long. It's going to be like over 2 hours to drive home. So yeah, look at this. Earlier, the low road was the right way. Now the high road is the right way. So you can see how a beginning caver would get confused. Coming in, I stopped once in a while to look around. On the way out, I'm not going to look around as much. Like, just watch the inbound videos if you want to see that stuff. Unless I notice something I didn't see before. It's one of the reasons I shoot videos both ways. As you can see, I'm staying to the right to go counterclockwise. Tomorrow I'll come back, shoot vertical. Keep to the left to go clockwise. Get a different perspective on everything. Especially with this tall ceiling, the vertical should come out really cool. I used to have 2 GoPros. I'd shoot 2 different videos. One at 5K resolution, 30 frames per second. One at 4K resolution, 60 frames per second. But they were both still horizontal. So they looked about the same, unless you have a really good monitor. But yeah, horizontal versus vertical, that makes a huge difference. Even though I'm not shooting a 16 by 9, shooting a 4 by 3. Kind of like old-fashioned analog television. That's the shape of the sensor. 35 millimeter sensor. Full frame. Anyway. Figure if I'm paying for the whole lens, might as well use the whole lens. Anyway. What's cool, I saw a train today. I didn't get on video. I wasn't ready. I know some people did spray paint here. And of course they put profanity. Yeah, I definitely do not approve that. Like I said, if it's an arrow pointing the way out or something, that's one thing. But just putting your name and art and garbage like that, do it somewhere else. Here's another yellow arrow, in case you lost track already. This is interesting. Look at the wall here. On the right side, it's really rough. On the left side, it's really smooth. So yeah, that's because, well, the right side, the rougher is an extra layer. So it's probably on the left side, somehow the layer didn't form, or it formed and then peeled off, broke off. Something like that. Oh boy. Sure was a lot of rock flowing through this cave. Notice here the ceiling. It's roughly arch-shaped, but also kind of flat and rough. Very complicated. Wow, look how rough the wall is here, as opposed to down here where it's really smooth. Same wall. Fascinating. I have my light only 40% brightness so that I don't, overheat the light. I want to make sure my lights last the rest of the trip out. Don't want to end up fighting with glitchy flashlights. Look at that. How do you like the hole in the ceiling? I'm going to turn it up to 100% so you can see it better. Wow. All right, there's 70, 50, all right, there's 40% brightness. Oh, wow. Getting a little tired. Yeah, like I said, I originally thought about doing 2 laps through the cave today, but this cave takes longer than I remember. See, the main tube's not that long. There's all these side tubes, and the side tubes are a lot of work. But I definitely want to do the side tubes. So, yeah. Check it out. There's a hole up there. Good luck getting out there. All right, let's see if I can get down here. Looks like I got myself stuck. Wouldn't that be stupid? All right, here we go. All right. My camera battery is down to 1 bar, so it's probably going to croak in a bit. I'm going to wait till it dies and then switch batteries. So I want an assessment how many batteries it takes to go through the easy part of this cave. So Saturday, I'm going to try to convince everyone, if they really want to go to the end of the cave, we'll sprint to the end and work our way back. That way, if we run out of time, we can skip the easy parts, come back another time, do that. There's a nice ledge up there. Oh yeah, I just missed my turn off, didn't I? There is a, yeah, I was up there. Yeah, watch the earlier parts of the video. See how you get up there. If I could do it, anybody could do it. Whoa, man, there's some trip hazards in this cave. Notice how the wall bulges out in some places, like it almost had a balcony or something. So, very interesting cave. Okay, so check this out. I'm in a four-way. Left is the main tube, and then left again is another side tube. And then to the right is the side tube that's not a dead end. That's where I'm going. So let me put my KZF over 5.6. Notice I'm nowhere near the bottom of the cave, but I'm walking on a super easy ledge. Like I said, most of this cave has very, very good traction. Very easy. There's that other side passage. That one's a dead end, but it's worth checking out. If you want to go caving, there you go. There's cave. There's the way this came from. That's the into the end of the cave. Notice there's a green arrow pointing this way. Well, if an arrow says so, it must be true. Notice how this tube's a little bit smaller than the main tube. Narrower and shorter ceiling, lower ceiling. Look at this here. Look at the wall. Interesting. Same thing, look at the color here. It's like gray rock with some dripstone on it. Even here, it's the same color. There's still technically dripstone here too. And look at these shapes, the ridges. Wow. Like I said, this is like the easiest side passage in this cave. Partly because it's not a dead end. Well, I think there's part of it where we do have to squat down. Can't just walk. Okay. I think my lens is getting fogged up. All right. Same thing here. Look at the colors on the rock. Or even back there. See, some of that's fingerprints though. People have been using their fingers to draw in the cave slime, Wish people wouldn't do that, but those are the kind of people who don't care what I think. Okay, I'm gonna turn up my light to 100%. Okay, there's 100%. Oops, a little bit foggy. Okay, there's the way ahead. There's the way behind. What's suspicious is how straight this part is. It's like the main tube zigzags more than the side passage. Interesting. No, I don't know what the heck that means. Probably nothing. All right, there's 40%. Notice how you can hardly see the shape of the cave in here because it's all so shiny from that silver-colored hydrophobic bacteria. Oh, wow. I got to show you something. So look at the wall there. Now let me cross over, look back, and you'll see the wall over here. Looks even better. It's easy to see from across. Of course, technically the whole cave is like this, but usually it's easiest to see when it's brown. See that brown, that's not somebody's poop. That literally is a formation. Wow. Cool. Glad this cave is open to the public. Honestly, if I owned it, the first thing I'd do is gate the entrance, keep the vandals out. Anyway. Notice the colors there. That's not vandalism. That's not spray paint. That really is supposed to look like that. Look at the ridges up there in the color. Same thing here. You look at the floor, you can kind of see dripstone, flowstone, whatever you want to call that. Oh, what the heck? My camera fogging up again. Guess I'll have to come back later in the year when the cave is drier. Not gonna fog me up. Same thing here. Look at the wall. All the way down to the floor, and then up on the wall a little bit. Maybe if I get closer, you'll see. Let me make sure my lens isn't too fogged up. This is very fragile too, so if you see it, please don't touch it. Just really like the complex shape of the ceiling in this cave. So fascinating. Such a bright, shiny, pretty cave too. Ooh, Yeah, I'm not tired yet, but I'm pretty sure when I get out of here, I'm not going to be doing any more caving today. Now, if you notice ahead, it's opening up wide. That's the main tube. Same main tube. Makes a big loop. Oh, wow, look at this. All right. Oops. All right, there's F over 6.3. All right. Now I'm going to turn the light on 100% so you can see what I got myself into. Notice the white arrow pointing the way out. Notice there's a ledge even higher here. Haven't been there, haven't done that. So look at this. At first, you might look over here and see how high I am and panic and think, holy cow, how am I going to get down there? The answer is simple. I'm going to climb right down. It's a little bit smooth, a little bit tricky. So I'm not going to necessarily go in a straight line. I'm going to zigzag. I'm going to be prepared to do my 3 points of contact. But I am going to do it. So notice I'm still up here on the ledge. Oh, come on. All right, I'm going to turn the light back down to 40%. So I'll melt my camera down. There's the way out. There's one way in. Already went that way. And up there is the way I just came. There's the shortcut. All right. And the easy way, check this out. If you just walk along the ledge, just right over to the top of this rock pile and then back down. Of course, if you're impatient or a show off, sure, you can find a way to hop down over there. But, well, I'll show off a little bit, but not enough to get myself killed. Hopefully. That's a mistake you can only make once. All right. Notice the green arrow pointing the way out. So yeah, we're not lost yet. Working on it. So here's something suspicious. That extra shiny spot in the wall. Why? For whatever reason, that rock is extra shiny. That rock has more cave slime growing on it than the rest of the cave. What's so special about that rock that the cave slime likes? Not a clue. So yeah, the cave slime, it grows on wet rock, but as you can see, it's not even. It obviously prefers some rocks more than others. Wow. Here the cave is easily 50 feet tall. Super big cave. So here we are again. Pan up to the ceiling so you can see where I am. Just a huge cave. Notice it's foggy. A little thin fog. Kind of fun. Just enough to make a little bit pretty. I don't think I've ever been through a cave that actually had thick fog in it. That'd be fun to see. Oops. All right, here we go. Trying to decide what I want to have for dinner. After a cave like this, I definitely want to have a big, somewhat healthy dinner. With lots of protein. Anyway. Oops. Most of the rocks here are not slippery. Once in a while, even I slip a little bit. I have good boots on. I don't have any, like, you know, traction devices. But they're pretty good boots. Wow. Oops. Oops, almost lost my balance. Trying to get to the right, but got distracted. Okay, so my camera's about to stop, so I'm gonna have to stop it anyway, just in case. So, for the grand finale, I'll turn up to 100% brightness, so you can see the ceiling. There we are, the end.